Yes, people, welcome back to Big Head Mode, your look at the week's biggest gaming news. Now, this is episode 8, and we've got a few things I want to cover over. If you noticed from last week, I have brought back like the short clips as well, so I hope you've been enjoying them if you've, subbed for that content originally. So it's nice to know that I can cover all the bases there. But like I said, we got a lot to cover in this episode, so let's crack open a cold one and get right into it.
Don't do drugs. If you're doing it, stop it.
So the first thing we've got to talk about this week is one of the hottest accessories that has been talked about in a long time with gaming, and that is, well, this. Well, not this. The new version of this. That's right. The new Steam controller has finally got its release date and price, and it is looking really, really good. I mean, it's never going to compete with this, and I will caress these touchpads again for you because I knew you liked it a lot last time. But it is coming out on May 4th. That is right, Star Wars Day. We are getting, I'm just going to eat that over there. We are getting ourselves a new controller for Steam devices, PCs in general, in the Steam controller. And it's coming out at £85. And you might be sitting there thinking, but £85 isn't cheap for a controller. And to that I say, well, you're not wrong, but it's also not that bad when you think about it. Now, you can't compare the Steam controller to things like a normal DualSense controller, for example, which I also have here to hand. This wasn't planned, this actually just worked out that way. But you can't compare it to this. But you certainly can't compare it to things like a Nintendo Switch controller or a normal Xbox Series controller either, because the Steam controller has got a lot more buttons to it, it's more customizable, and it comes in at a lot cheaper.
Editor Temp here. I completely forgot to mention that when I say it's cheaper, I'm referring to in comparison to things like the DualSense Edge and the elite controllers that Xbox do, not the normal ones. I am very aware that they are comparable in price, and the DualSense is actually a slightly bit cheaper. Joy-Cons are still ridiculously expensive for what they are, though.
But also, it hasn't got normal analog stick. It has got, I think it's the TMR or Hall Effect sticks that are in there, and they're not going to be as easy to get stick drift on. And if you've used any controller in the last few years, you'll understand that problem. I mean, hell, I think I'm on my third DualSense controller now because I keep on getting drift in one of them, and I'm pretty certain my DualSense Edge has got drift in the one stick. Now, thankfully in my Edge I can control that and I can take that out and swap the stick over, but it's still another analog stick that's going to get drift in the future. With the Steam controller, you're not going to have that problem. So it is really cool that it's got, these magnetic sticks in it. It has got the normal face buttons you expect to find in a controller. It's still kept the 2 touchpads as well. It's got loads of back buttons and scroll wheels back there. It is chunky looking. It does remind me of the Duke controller from the original Xbox days, but it does look pretty sick, and I can't lie, I wish I played my Steam Deck more to actually justify buying one. I'm not saying I'm not going to buy one. Hell, the idea of getting one may make me play my Steam Deck more, because I'll just dock it and play it on the screen like I normally do, but it would be nice to have a controller which is built for it from the ground up. But that said, it is coming out on May 4th. It is £85, and it is only available through Steam at the moment, so you have to have an active Steam account to purchase it, and there's a limit of 2 per customer on there. But what does this mean for the Steam frame and, more importantly, the Steam machine? Well, we don't know. We don't really have any more information on the Steam frame, and we certainly have no more information on the Steam machine. Now, there's rumors going around that there's warehouses that Valve use in America that have had a lot more consoles come in. We don't know what that stands for. We don't know if they mean more Steam Decks. We don't know if that is the Steam machine itself. There's been a little bit of movement on the back end of Steam itself when it comes to the Steam machine. What this means, we don't really know. We haven't got anything concrete yet, so until we do, I'm not going to say anything on it. I would hope that it would be soon. I would love to get my hands on one. It is something which I think looks really cool. I do like the idea of it, but for now we are going to have to hold out. But Steam controller, let me know if you're getting one. I'm really considering picking one up. I wish I played my Steam Deck more, and maybe this will make me do it, but it looks pretty sick. What a week it has been for PlayStation, and I don't mean that in a good way. At the start of the week, there was some stuff going around about how they'd implemented a new DRM feature to their digital purchases, where if you didn't have your device online within 30 days and check in, so to say, with that game, you would lose access to it until you next checked in. this was tested and confirmed by people, and the video that I saw was done by Spawnwave, where he pops the CMOS battery out and checks the games that he's purchased recently and a while back to see if they're still accessible. Older ones were fine, but more recent purchases were not accessible. So it did look like that check-in feature was there. Now, there was a lot of hubbub that went online. Everyone's sort of commenting on it, making memes about it. The Play Has No Limits slogan got turned into Play Has a 30-day limit on it, which was making me chuckle a little bit with it. But I didn't want to comment on anything with it until it was fully sorted out, because it seemed that every day we were getting new news on it. And it turns out that it actually was a mistake. So Sony have come out and said, yes, there is a feature like this that they are implementing or have implemented, but it wasn't designed to be done in this way. Essentially, what has to happen is you buy a game online, you check in with it, and then that is it. It is done. People are saying that basically the reason why this might have happened was because they wanted to make sure that you're not refunding a game and then playing it offline. So essentially taking your console offline, getting the refund via the PlayStation app or something else for that game, and then also keeping that game because you're still in offline mode. So yeah, the game has to check in with your account just to make sure it's there still, and then it's done. I'm not sure how often it checks it and things like that. I play my consoles online all the time, but it is good to know that it's not a perpetual thing that it has to be stuck online. But yeah, for a moment it was getting a little bit ropey, and these things can get implemented. It's not to say it's not going to happen further down the line. I fully get it. But for now, there is nothing to worry about. It seems I've linked the article to IGN down below, so I'm pointing. I hope you can see my hands when I crop this video down. But you can then check that out and you can have a read of it for yourself. But yeah, it looks like everything is now sorted out and everything has been washed over. But yeah, that was a bit of a weird one for a moment, I won't lie. And now on to Microsoft, who have just released an update for Windows 11 to give it Xbox mode. Apparently, although not everything is now an Xbox anymore, that still is. And it's not on every computer just yet. It is coming out slowly, country by country, region by region, developer programs first, early access, whatever it is that you're on first is, they're whittling it out to the masses slowly. But essentially what it will do is it will give your PC an Xbox-like interface, which is essentially adapted more to using a controller than it is a mouse and keyboard. And that's pretty cool if you are someone who uses your PC for gaming mainly. You don't use it for PC related stuff. You've probably already got Steam though. So begs the question, what other games you get in this way? But if you've got Game Pass, then it's going to be a great way of you getting all that stuff in one place. It apparently does aggregate all your other games together in one area for you. And like I said, it is designed to be used with a controller. So if any of you have ever used a controller in Windows in the past, then you will know that it is not the finest experience. So having like a dedicated interface for it is a pretty cool thing. It does resemble Steam's big picture mode from what I've seen of it. I have a Mac here that I use. I don't have a Windows-based computer for anything other than my actual day job, so I won't be experiencing that anytime soon. However, it is good to know it's still there. It's just a bit weird that this has come after they've kind of like sunset the whole sort of this is an Xbox campaign, but it's good to know that PC players are still getting something from this, because there was a very high chance they could have been left behind, but this does kind of smooth over that transition to the Project Helix and what that is going to look like, where it is meant to be combining PC and Xbox gaming. So this is kind of like a good way of testing out how that's going to work, give you the interface, get you used to it, get you used to the idea of it all. So yeah, I'm intrigued to know where this goes and what the plans are for the future with this, because things are changing rapidly over at Xbox. Ever since Asha Sharma came in, she has been on a non-stop rampage of making Xbox more, well, Xbox. Heck, that new logo is sick. I say new, it's the old logo, but it's got a new touch to it. And yeah, I think that's sick. I'm really intrigued to see what happens with Xbox going forward, because I think they are on to the start of an upturn for them. Star Wars Galactic Racer has got its release date, and that is coming out in October 6th. And there's going to be a bunch of editions available for it. It is developed by ex-Burnout devs. It looks insane. I have covered a little bit before when we saw initial sort of teasers for it, and then when we saw gameplay for it, I was even more invested. I think this looks insane. I loved the Burnout games when I was younger, and I loved episode 1 because I loved the movie. Looking back, it's not my favorite by a long shot. However, the pod racing stuff in it was sick. I used to remember going to McDonald's and then having the N64 there, and there was crusty ass controllers there, but you could play pod racing on it, and it was sick. It was so cool. I was a vivid memory stuck up here in the old think tank. McDonald's is not what it used to be anymore. Happy Meals used to be £1.99. You used to get a toy included with that. It was class. Now you just get ass. We're getting a bunch of editions, like I said. You can get the normal standard edition, which is what you'd expect. There's a digital deluxe edition for about £64.99, which comes with a bunch of online content for it, some skins, different decals, liveries, stickers for the car, whatever they're called. I'm not a car person. I'm not a sports racing person. Okay, it's not my bag. All right, I don't know what they're called. Liveries. Let's go with that. That sounds about right. You get a digital art book as well. So yeah, that's pretty cool as well. Some like profile stuff for you, like banners and emblems and jazz like that. Then you get the collector's edition for about £140, which comes with a model of a Corse Sarin Das Ek. I have no idea if I pronounced that properly. I reached out to one person who I thought would know I pronounced that, and he said it was a new word, so I don't know. All right, Eric, you let me down there, bro. You get a land speeder with that. You get a banner as well, like a physical one. It looks pretty sick with a steel bookcase and all that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And you get a PC release for the physical edition as well. I know some of you out there do, want to grab physical releases of PCs when they come out every so often because it's a very rare thing. So you've got a chance to own something there with it too. And I think it looks like a sick game. I am super excited for this one. I'm really looking forward to putting together a video for it when it comes out because it looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. It definitely looks like something which I want to sink my teeth into. Definitely looks like it could be, a really fun Star Wars like racer without having to know too much about the Star Wars lore, because I'm not gonna lie, I don't. Outside the films, I don't know anything about it, all right? I know minimal stuff from the games that I've dabbled in, but the films are what I know. If you tell me anything that happened in The Mandalorian, I wouldn't know because I've never watched it. Or what's the other one that they made? Alderaan, was that one? And that's a planet that gets blown up, isn't it? And another game that's been really hyped up this week, at least from my Twitter feed, is NBA The Run. And if you told me that NBA Streets from like the GameCube days was going to be coming back, I would never think it'd be looking like this, because this looks so good. This looks like a cross-up between NBA The Streets and NBA Jam with just some really cool 3-on-3 like street basketball action. It looks sick. I've signed up for the playtest. There's a link down below that you can sign up for yourself in there if you want. I can't wait. I really hope I get to try it out. I really hope I get to do some testing with it and get some content for it maybe. It looks really fun. I love the NBA Street games back on my GameCube. I think I had Volume 2 and Volume 3, and they were sick. I genuinely love like sports games that aren't super serious. Aside from like ice hockey games, I'm not super into like sports. So for me, like having a more casual approach to it was really good. The over-the-top arcadey side of it looks really fun. The soundtrack is obviously going to be slapping from the look of it alone. But also, I'm really hoping that because it's not made by 2K, that it's not going to be played with microtransactions. Made by Play-by-Play Studios and published by Play-by-Play Studios as well. Looks sick, looks really fun. It's coming out to PS5, the Xbox platform, and Steam. No Nintendo platform just yet. Whether that's a plan for the future, who knows, but it would be nice to see it on Switch 2. It definitely looks like it would work on the Switch 2, but who knows. But yeah, NBA The Run is coming out. It looks absolutely incredible, and if you were after a bit more of a laid-back, casual basketball experience, I think this is going to be the one for you. It's coming out in June. Cannot wait. And because it is the first big head mode of the month, we have timed it so that we are able to talk about the PlayStation Plus games that are coming this month. So obviously we're getting 3 games. We are going to be getting EA's FIFA FC 26. Now, I'm not someone who follows football in the slightest. I do not know anything about it. I could explain the offside rule if I needed to, but aside from that, I don't know much, all right? But we are getting that, and it doesn't kind of makes sense at this point because the season I think is coming to an end. I know we've got the World Cup coming up, but aside from that, the actual main seasons of football I think are starting to come to their final point. So it does make sense that we are getting the game now, because people usually invest in these games towards the start of the season and no one wants to pay full price for a game where the roster is out of date type of thing. So that makes sense. Will I pick it up? I mean, it'll be on my account. I will download it. Well, I'll associate it with my account. I'm not sure if I'll play it, but get it if you do want to play it. If you've missed out on it, if you just enjoy a casual game of football with your friends, or if you're someone like me who doesn't want to spend for sports games every year, it can be a nice way of getting it. Just do the whole Wu-Chang. I'm going to do the whole Wu-Chang thing again. And next up, we have got Wu-Chang Fallen Feathers, which, if you remember, which I'm sure you do, recently I did review this on my Xbox when it first dropped, but now it is also coming to PlayStation. Now, it was part of Game Pass when I played it, but now it is part of PS Plus, so if you were waiting for it to come to like a service that you had, now you've got a chance to do that, okay? I'm going to be repicking that up again. I'm going to be playing that on my PS5 Pro. I want to see how that pushes the console and how that game can actually look really good on that. I didn't play too much of it after my review because I think real life got in the way, and I think other games came out and I just got distracted from playing them to go back to it. So I am looking forward to starting a new game with that, just getting stuck into it and just seeing what it's going to be like on, you know, a bigger, more powerful console. But if you've been waiting for that to drop to a service, now you can get it. And last but not least, we have Nine Souls. At least I think that's how you pronounce that game. And it is a 2D action-adventure platforming game with some Sekiro-inspired combat. It looks like it's very good. It's described as being quite rich with lore as well, so I'm intrigued on what that's going to be like. These Metroidvania style like looking games, I'm always a fan of them. I always want to check them out. I just wish I had the patience to stick with them, but that's a me fault and not the game's fault. So I will definitely be checking this out. I might do a video on it. I might do a video on like all the games that come out that month and just give my thoughts and opinions on it. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? I'm always trying to think of like new things of content to do and new ways of putting spins on videos for you all. I really hope that you've enjoyed this. And one thing I will say, I went to watch a couple of films last week and one of them was Exit 8. If you've played the game, you'll be very frustrated by the film. Not because it's not faithful to the game, but because you probably play the game a lot quicker than the film goes. My review of that movie is it should have been a short film. Great, but should have been a short film. However, what I will say is Lee Cronin's The Mummy is incredible. All right, it's one of the best horror films I've seen, but this is not a film review channel. However, I could definitely spout off on that. If anyone wants to talk films with me, let me know. I'm happy to sit down and do that. I want to watch more films and I always love sharing my views on things. But that has been Big Head Mode episode 8. I appreciate you all for checking out. I appreciate you all for checking out all the content that goes up, interacting with it. If you want to see more, just get in touch with me. Big Tent plays on everything. We'll be sharing that Discord soon, just trying to make sure it's all working properly and everything is ready for you. And then when you do want to join, feel free to do so. I will share the link out for it on everything again. But to stop dragging this out, thank you for everything. Again, if you are someone who wants to check out more about what Rise Above Cancer do, check the link in the description below. They are a great, great, great bunch of people. I love them to the bottom of my heart. They have raised over 45 grand for cancer charities so far since starting, and it's only going to be more. We're all getting ready for Race for Life on May 17th, and my knees are hurting, but it's going to be good. I'll put a donation link for that as well if you want to donate to me running that. I'm doing a 10K for the first time in my life. It's going to be fun. Like you say, I'm not built for running. I'm built for strength, and I don't really have much of that either. So yeah, it's good though. And what they do for shows and what they do for the scene of hardcore, like in punk music in Swansea and South Wales, is just incredible. So yeah, get to know. Cancer can suck it, but you people, I love you. Thank you for checking this out, and I will see you all for the next one. You stay safe out there.